Welcome back. It's a National Collegiate Rugby All-Stars. John Broker joined by Darian Lovelace and Alicia Washington for a couple of matchups here. Fun one. It is going to be Rugby Northeast. They have the ball right away down on their own line. Break coming just inside the 22. It is Mid-America. We have on our list here, so we're going with it. Rugby Northeast. Ball in hand. Sorry, ball over to Mid-America. Or, excuse me, Great Waters. We're going to have to get a little correction on our schedule here. We do apologize. Great Waters comes away with the ball. Little break. Hands the ball back. It is a Rugby Northeast on defense. Working around the side. Try coming. Looking at it. Did it go over? It didn't. We will get an answer on that. But a bit of early play. Good pressure on defense here.
Yeah, I mean, Rugby Northeast already getting pinned down in this end. It didn't look like Great Waters was going to be able to get over that line with a strong defensive push. And it's just way too close to the line here. The pressure coming in at the breakdown, it almost seems to put a lot of pressure on that ball carrier, the number 15. We're still getting confirmation on the rosters team, so bear with us.
Ball in here. Looks like Great Waters. Players out wide here. Ball back to Rugby New England. Their ball on their own try line, but whistle comes. So we're going to go back. See what the referee has said. Looks like the ball just came straight out of the tunnel there, so want a bit of a cleaner ball. As Rugby Northeast just about 5 meters out from their own line. Put the ball onto the tight head side. Did it get taken away? It didn't, but a little pressure coming right now. Rugby Northeast. Tackle in the middle of the field there. Player did not release the ball, so penalty against. It's going to be Great Waters here. A big take, looking for the line. Try awarded. Mistake there. It didn't come up and just taken away and touchdown, no problem.
I just love how the attack there was just able to just take the easy option, right? Was there space out wide? Absolutely, yes. To the left and to the right. But I think it's an absolutely beautiful thing when one player can back themselves and say, you know, we need to get 5 points on the board. I'm going to be the one to do it.
Yeah, Alicia, I feel like you've had your fair share of having to reach over the line because you saw the white line going.
Well, it does help when you have longer arms, I'll say that. But sometimes when your team just needs a little bit of an injection of energy, all it can be is just one player deciding to be that energy. And from there, hopefully the attacking team who will kick off again will make sure they get the ball back in hand and then can attack once again.
We'll look, and it's going to be Rugby Northeast to receive this one. 5-0, they are down. That kick was no good, but right inside the 22, so a bit of speed coming on from Rugby Northeast here. A big handoff comes in there from Sarah DiClemente. DiClemente from Providence College hands the ball off there to Bianca Arias. Big push coming in from Ginny Lash. Ginny Lash from Colby College hands the ball off into DiClemente, and DiClemente is on the move, and the Providence College Friar gets it in the hands of Gary. And touchdown for a try there. Excellent work. Might have been Gary will get the name for you, but excellent answer there from this Rugby Northeast team.
And I think Rugby Northeast just showed how easy of a sport rugby can be. You can just get one breakaway, get one player to back themselves, and from there, just hands, just little offloads, looking for space, and then easy 5 points between the sticks.
And it is Great Waters hits on the field. We apologize. A little mistake there. We'll get that right for you as we go forward.
You know, just like in rugby, broadcasting can also be slightly chaotic. We thrive in the chaos.
Rugby is a sport of beautiful chaos, yes. and I think that's why we all fell in love with the sport.
Yeah.
Because if you were to stick to a script, we'd be wrong most of the time.
Don't put it in a box.
Everybody's allowed one mulligan, and that was the scheduled mulligan for the day. So Great Waters, everybody watching this Great Waters team, they are down by 2 right now. The kick was good there from Rugby Northeast. So we have a line out coming for Great Waters here.
I think this is another instance where we could just keep it so simple, right? I think we can definitely overcomplicate lineouts. I know, especially in the game of 15s, but also in 7s. But if you keep it easy, hook or throw, there we go, ball in, and we can play on.
They go around looking to get a little with her inside the 22. Good defensive pressure coming from the Northeast from Ginny Lash. Pressure coming in. They're going to turn this one over, our Northeast. Great Waters referee on the spot there. Tried to work that one back. Great Waters could have had an advantage, but they're going to play on. So Rugby Northeast going to take this ball to Caprio. Caprio moves it out to DiClemente. DiClemente gets the ball into the hands of Gary. She's been the kicker as well. Been very good. The Mercer Island, Washington native. They move it to Gary again. Players a little collapsed over. They have some room out to the side if they get it to Vote. Vote. Ball in hand. She's got a run to the line. She's got pressure on her. Puts a little pop up there into the hands of Caprio. Caprio, some work to do. But Bianca Caprio, the senior from Roger Williams University, gets 5 points, and they extend their lead to this Rugby Northeast team.
Just the ability to kind of keep the ball alive, I feel like, is kind of the determining factor between the two sides. They make the eye contact. They've got two hands on the ball, and they don't force the pass. They wait till the right moment to give the ball, and that just leads to a lack of mishandling. It leads to the ball being placed into the right hands. And right there, Caprio, I mean, she's been all over the pitch along with Gary, but I've got to say Caprio was very well rewarded for that try.
And I'm just glad to see that they're using their space, right? Because it looked at from that first ruck leading up to that try, that they were all looking in. You didn't really know if they knew that space they had to their outside was there, but they definitely used it really well and overloaded the defense on the weak side.
Absolutely, it's good. You know, some of these teams are playing a little bit tight at the beginning of the weekend. They're starting to spread out a little more. So good to see in this Rising Stars division. They're using a bit of the width of the field. Gary is going to kick this one off. That left-footed kick bounces backwards. Great Waters under some pressure here at the touchline. Good work to keep it in. Big hit, forced what looked like a knock on there. Referee said indeed it did. We'll come back to a Rugby Northeast scrum. All these bounces of the ball going in the favor of the Northeast at the moment.
And the one thing I love about that defensive play there was how much the Northeast backed themselves. That was a one-on-one tackle, and just putting that much pressure on one person can get you the ball back. And that's when rugby's a really simple game. Pressure up, pressure hard, beat them to the space, and there you go. Scrum's yours.
Referee is going to whistle us for a halftime there. So end of the first half, 12-5. It's going to be Rugby Northeast over Great Waters. We'll be back with the second half in just a minute.
Play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
Welcome back to Silverbacks Park in Atlanta, Georgia. National Collegiate Rugby All-Star Weekend. Rugby Northeast running from left to right on your screen in the darker blue. Gets it underway. They lead 12-5 over Great Waters, who has a hold of the ball and a converted try difference. Little break up the side here. A sneaky move. Downfield goes Great Water. That's Jordan Kamens. Kamens has a runner coming on and is taken out eventually by D'Angelo. What a cover tackle, but Great Waters still alive here in this second half. Need a try right now. That ball was played clearly on the ground. We may come back to the initial high tackle from D'Angelo there. Just kind of came over the shoulders, but we're going to go quick through Great Waters. It's going to be Hannah Tim here. Hannah Tim, the junior out of University of Wisconsin Platteville, works her way to the left-hand side. Ball bounces off of Allie Hruby and into the hands of Rugby Northeast. Rugby Northeast just about 10 meters out now. Into the hands of Gary, their kicker, but penalty there, player not releasing, so we will come back. Great Waters, Kayla Gleason. Gleason moves it to Hannah Tim. Hannah Tim comes back in the same direction. Hannah Tim pretty close to the touchline. Is going to have to be careful there. We have another call coming in from the referee. It's player playing on the ground, so it's going to be a Rugby Northeast penalty. Messy passage there, but Rugby Northeast can be able to get out of their own end here.
A little bit of messy passage play. I also wish that the referee would give a really good aggressive pull for the whistle, just because it just delays the game a little bit there. But then again, referees do their best, and they do their best for us, and that's all that matters. But it just seems like the passage of play just kind of got a little bit misconstrued there.
Bianca Arias to put this win, the senior from Clinton, Connecticut, management major at Bentley University, gets that ball up in the air, well taken, gets it back as a distributor, moves it out. They're in the middle of the field with Gary. Gary winds by one, gets by the second outside the 22. Players from Rugby Northeast a little bunched here, could spread out. As Alicia pointed out earlier, just using that width of the field will certainly help out. Ball to Vogt. That time from Caprio, but spilled forward, unlucky. We're going to come back to me a scrum here for Great Waters.
And that was an unlucky passage of play there, because they did have the space and they did have the pace to exploit it. But I do appreciate that they're driving their legs through contact. They're using their stiff arms. They're using their fend. They're trying to get around the defense. But just right here, beautiful offload. If this ball had gone right here, as opposed to that second of hesitation, I think we would have seen try time there.
Fairly close. Great Waters, the opportunity now again, just down a converted try. Good offloads there into the hands of Gleason. Off the sideline is set. They come across the field. Middle of the field they are. Ball in Ella Erickson's hands. Ella Erickson reverses field. Erickson goes around a couple, and Ella Erickson, the junior from Northern Michigan University, gets under the stick. Did she go out behind the post there? It looks like she may have. We're going to see the assistant referees and referee go here, but Erickson should have scored that try.
Looking like the second referee is going to go in between the sticks, so that try is going to be good. I've got to say, with confidence like that, she might as well have just walked a runway. I mean, she runs up. It doesn't look like anything is going to come out of here. It looks like she's going to take contact, and then she trusts that she's going to be able to back her speed. The defense gets caught really flat-footed with Rugby Northeast, and that's just a valiant individual effort. On the line might have been a little bit debatable, but Erickson, you're going to go ahead and get off scot-free with that one.
So that conversion was good. We're back to a tie game here. So it is going to be a kick restart from Great Waters. So Rugby Northeast with plenty of time here, 3 minutes. Opportunity to retake the lead, but it is anybody's game at the moment in this Rising Stars matchup. Great work. A little show of the ball coming around. Rugby Northeast can't get rid of that one. Bianca Arias has to take it to the ground. Again, a little bunch. They get the ball. They're going to have to run it through Gary. She gets around one. She's across the 40. It's a foot race. She has two players on her. Lila Gary, his swerves one more time. She's at the sticks. What work for Gary. Lila Gary, the sophomore from Mercer Island, Washington. Studying Classics 2024 All-Star in sevens. Gets 5 points. A lead change again.
And I don't know if I've seen much footwork behind contact. That's absolutely incredible. She knows the defender's there. She swerves left, she swerves right. I mean, I would be on the ground trying to tackle her. That was absolutely incredible.
Alicia and I don't know much about that. We just run straight. we just run straight. We hope for the best.
That's all they let us do.
Yeah.
Just
You
run
guys have-
straight.
That's what the coaches always say. So you guys are,
Yes.
they don't talk about that so
Yeah.
much. So that kick is no good. So we're at a 5-point game here. Rugby Northeast 17-12. Plenty more action to come in this one.
Yeah, Gary, I think, gets the green light to do that because she wouldn't get hit by the turf monster and probably slip.
Next up, we have Mid-America is going to play Eastern Penn as we have 3 more games in the day here in the stadium. John Broker with Darian Lovelace and Alicia Washington bringing this matchup. Big hit on Great Waters. Defense is what Rugby Northeast needs right here. Stanislawski took that hit. Again, Erickson showing right now. She scored one just a moment ago. And Ella Erickson striding away. This is punch for punch between these teams. The De Pere, Wisconsin native biology major touches down another 5 right in front of the post. We're tied up again.
And here's what's scary about Erickson is that it looks like she's just revving up. I mean, getting it through the sticks yet again, I think really speaks volumes about her work rate, but it just seems like her energy only seems to be increasing here. I mean, being back and pinned down in this end, but this beautiful pin and pass, and then it's just the footwork, allowing the ball to do the work, and then just trusting your speed. She's got crazy confidence and just continues to work hard, and you see what it means to the side.
We are under a minute to play. We're tied up again here. We're in bracket play, so it might go to the golden point overtime. We'll get all that information for you, but Rugby Northeast would like to close us out, of course, as would Great Waters. At their own 40-meter line, they're working. Big handoff there. Looking to come up through the middle is Ginny Lash. We're going to come back with a penalty against Rugby Northeast, player not releasing. So Great Waters, you see immediately calling for a scrum there is Hannah Tim. Hannah Tim very, very wisely wants to put some players in a crowded space because they have Erickson out wide on one end.
I think after this scrum, we all know which way this ball is going to go. Definitely to Erickson. Our defending team might have gone away with a bit of a hands on the ground there, but here we go, back
Ball,
into it.
Yeah, bounces back to Rugby Northeast, and they're on the run. Danielle Vogt has Erickson to deal with. Can she hand her off? Doing her best. Good work to keep her feet until her support gets there. So they've got quick ball coming. Get it out to Arias. Arias barrels into a couple of runners there, looking to make a little room, a bit of a handoff. What can they do now? Player thought about offloading there. Probably wiser to be in this move right here. Gabriella D'Angelo around the outside. Was that pass forward? Referee says no. They're at the 22. Good to go. Rugby Northeast hits the ground. DiClemente gets it out to D'Angelo. Ball into the hands of Kulaga. Brooke Kulaga hands it off there to Vogt. Vogt and Erickson. That one up over the top, winds up in Great Waters' hand. So time is up here, and we have 2 teams looking for a regular time win here. Ball to the left. No one to pass to. A little show. A break up the middle. There's room there. There's a foot race. This may be it. Great Waters may be taking this one home. It is Taylor Brink. Taylor Brink on the brink of winning this game and does so. 5 points. Sorry, I stole your joke, Darian. It is 5 points for Great Waters, and that should be it with this kick.
I wouldn't even, that was a good joke, but I will say we always talk about letting the ball do the work, and we saw Brink give a dummy to the outside. Let's give a look, right? There's nobody on the outside. Brink pump fakes, but it even gets this outside defender to buy in. Everybody fell for it, and that leaves a lot of space in the middle. Brink, I don't even think was expecting for that to work. She was on the brink of greatness, and Great Waters is going to go ahead and take it 22-17. I couldn't let you be the only one, John.
I know. I just stole your thunder there. So that's it there. Great Waters takes it home 24-17. We're going to step aside for just a minute. We're going to be back with Eastern Penn Rising Stars taking on Mid-America.
game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Welcome back. It is the next matchup in this. Move on to the winners bracket. Move on to the consolation bracket. Rising Stars game. You're going to see Great Mid-America taking on Eastern Penn. Eastern Penn going to receive in the white, blue, and red. In their orange and black are Mid-America. John Broker here with Darian Lovelace and Alicia Washington. You can see their dance moves before they're ready to get going. A little chilly under here, so they're just trying to keep warm.
No, we're just excited.
I was going to say no criticism of their dancing.
We're trying to keep warm. You're right. We'll go along with it.
Eastern Penn takes down this one. They're on the move inside the 22. A lot to play for. Little pass. There's a space that opens up. There's a player outside. We're going to hang on to it. Our Eastern Penn. Ball comes from Rosalind Page. Keep an eye out for Rosalind Page. Plays with a bit of power and pace. But this is Jana Duffy Perry. Duffy Perry takes it into contact. Away they go. Page again, middle of the field. Player has some space there. That was Jaden Bowen. Nice offload to the outside. Bethany Wisa pops it up, and who is there? None other than Rosalind Page. Rosalind Page hands off a player. She's got one player to beat. She's near the post. She's lipping around, but she's going to touch it down. Rosalind Page is senior from Coudersport, Pennsylvania, playing at Maryswood University. Great try after some earlier work.
I'm going to get a bookmark where it says my favorite Page, because she's been one of my favorite players out of this bracket. She works hard. She doesn't quit. She stays in the thick of it, and she's physical and she's fast. And she proves it time and time again. That was her third touch of that series. And then just to be able to finish the work that you started, it just speaks volumes about Paige. Big fan. Very big fan.
Eastern Penn will restart here, so Mid-America opportunity to draw this level. That kick was no good from Foster, so we're going to get underway here. Eastern Penn puts a bit of a long one. Mia Balderas has it. Balderas hangs onto it, and she almost finds a little space. About 30 meters out, ball ripped out of her hands by Bowen. But Bowen must have been the first tackler there, didn't roll away. Bowen was clean for that ball.
I think that was well spotted by the ref there. Player still on the ground. That means that the defense can't have hands on.
Nice break. The line just opens up. Paige makes the tackle on Ashton Dillard. Ashton Dillard gets the ball back, so they're away through Paquette. Michaela Paquette. Off to the side, Amber Shetter. Shetter gets rid of it, and they're there at the 22. Paige makes the tackle. She is doing everything. Another teammate, whoever gets penalized for coming in from the side. So it's going to be Mid-America ball here. Mid-America winding their way towards the try line. Were they 10? Ball gets offloaded back there. Looking for it are Mid-America. Big tackles coming in. That's Paige again. Ball comes across. Shetter again. Slips, hits the ground, knocked on in either direction. We're going to have a scrum here. Looks like to Eastern Penn. Yes, to Eastern Penn, pardon me.
I don't know if it can just be a bookmark. I think I need a whole book about Paige's skill set and what she brings. I mean, the physicality, and sometimes, especially in sevens, because it's such a small group, all you need is one person to generate the momentum. They flooded over the top continuously. This defense was what led to that first receiver feeling so under pressure that it led to that knock-on.
Players here getting a look from some coaches, sending an all-star team to the Algarve Sevens. Later this year, sometime in June in Portugal. So Rosalind Page could be on that list, certainly, as that ball goes in a touch, can be a Mid-America lineout. Of course, we're going to need to take some broadcasters on that trip to Algarve.
I volunteer.
We're not naming names, but we're really fun and we dance so well.
Ball up to Mid-America. Down on the ground, kicked forward by Eastern Penn, so foot race going back. Winds up in the hands of Shetter. She has played a bit of a role in the last few minutes. A junior from Longmont, Colorado, goes to Drury University. That one, Balderas. Balderas gets it to Ozerski. Ozerski gets it out to the wing there to Lauren Tomlinson. And Tomlinson makes a break. She's across the 22. She has one to beat. Lauren Tomlinson, the sophomore from Drury University from Fairgrove, Missouri. It touches down 5. Great work there from Mid-America.
I'm sure her kicker would have loved maybe a centered try there, especially in that kind of breakaway. But 5 points is 5 points. And here's where it comes from. Easy hands. Take the space with your feet, and then let the ball do the work, and then let's see, take our space and back ourselves. All the way. Don't even look back. Dot it down.
Gets a try. Tough angle on the kick, as Alicia said, so that one is not going to make it, but should be at 5 all here. So tied up in Atlanta. As it gets a little later in the day here, we have 2 more matches coming up after this one. It's going to be Mid-America to kick this one off. All games have to be a clear winner. Did that one go 10? Didn't seem to. Flirted with that 40-meter line. We're going to come back here, so it's going to be center field free kick for Eastern Penn. Opportunity to take the lead here.
Kickoffs have been a little bit tough for a lot of teams whenever they come under pressure, especially on those times where it could be a difference in possession. You've got to take the time at the kickoff.
Maggie Austin works her way to the 22, gets it to Rosalind Page. They're across the 22, coming down this right-hand side. Lily Dennis hands off one. She's got one player riding on her back. She scoops it back up into her hands and is going to score the try. Lily Dennis, a senior from York College, touches down, and the lead is EPRU's.
like Dennis the Menace. She just didn't quit there the whole entire time. Rugby Northeast, I mean, they stay together. They've got numbers out wide, and it makes the defense think that because they have that potential, they don't stick on one person. And then the individual effort of Menace to get over the top is what's going to do it. This is game time for both teams because that was just a tie score, and now Rugby Northeast are back on top.
TPRU up 10-5 here over Mid-America. They will restart this one. First half nearing a close here. Long kick from Eastern Penn. Back into the hands of Ferry Sullenstrop. Just pushed out a little wide there to Tomlinson, the try scorer. She is trying to get 2, 3, or 4 players there, but spills it forward. So one of her teammates just kicks it ahead to stop that up. So scrum for Eastern Penn as we're running out of time here in the first half, but referee says there's time for this scrum. Opportunity for Eastern Penn. Ball coming in from the tight head side again here. There's some open room on the left. And they will try to take that space, break for the corner there. Duffy Perry swats off one, looking at the line, gets the ball up into the hands of Jaden Bowen. Bowen can't make it, but certainly Maggie Austin can. And Maggie Austin takes the offload. First-year player out of Millersville University. Great try.
I think that was probably a set of phases that may look more a bit like 15s than 7s, but again, still worth 5 points. And I love that handoff. Back yourself. Okay, now we're a bit of a trouble, so we look for support. Look at that beautiful offload. Here we go. We're caught up again. Another teammate in support. Here we go, dotting it down. And they did not take no for an answer.
Rosalind Page attempts that one and can't take it. We're at halftime. 15-5. Eastern Penn leads. We'll step aside for a minute. Be right back with the second half.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Welcome back. It is Rising Stars. Eastern Penn leads Mid-America 15-5. John Broker, Darian Lovelace, Alicia Washington bringing you all this action. Next up is North Atlantic versus Upstate New York, the Snow Leopards. Stick with us for that one. Final game of the day on this field will be Mid-Atlantic versus Allegheny and Rising Stars. Players playing their way towards the champions bracket for tomorrow. Plenty more rugby on the Rugby Network tomorrow, but Eastern Penn gets us underway. Ball slips in behind Tomlinson. Plenty to play for here. Tomlinson, the try scorer for this Mid-America team, but they have the ball. looking for some runners. They've got players spread across the field here if they can move it, and they do. Need to just straighten up a bit, but they've led the defense across the field with that. So ball is off in the hands of Barnett. Another opportunity, slips through the tackle there. Good work there. This is Haley Scott. Scott's looking for the line, and look at that. It is Rosalind Page getting a hold of one leg there to make a desperation tackle, and does. All the confidence in the world come across Evie Blair. Looking again to go wide. Barnett moves it to the corner. Goes Tomlinson, the try scorer. She's trying to power her way through. She gets it back to Barnett. Barnett, she's at the line. Can she reach over? Referee on the spot, and indeed she does. The senior from Kansas City, Missouri, goes to University of Missouri Science and Technology. Touchdown, 5 points.
And one thing that this side did so exceptionally well was the fact that it was able to move it to one edge and then work it back to the right-hand side. The fact that they're able to go one edge to the other edge is exactly what was able to help them cash in for this. Paige always does a good job of giving chase, but it's the extra work, the extra loop to come around that time and time again is going to work well for Mid-America.
You heard from Darian there. That was a great try, but not converted. So it is 15 to 10 here. Ball there from Mid-America. Mid-America gets it to Eastern Penn. Eastern Penn looking to make something work here. 15 to 10. Knock on there. So ball to Mid-America. Another opportunity here. Cross the 50-meter line. Did that go forward? Referee says no. So we have Tomlinson and Page here. We're going to come back. Assistant referee spotted it. So we will come back to a scrum here for Eastern Penn.
I'm really hoping both teams can utilize the scrum here to take back possession and really just see who is the strongest, who's the most prepared. I think both teams have been really good in both their attack and defense. So let's see how their set piece goes.
Scrum here for Eastern Penn. Coming in from Cheney Duffy Perry. Duffy Perry gets a good drive from her forwards there. So Lindsay Foster able to move it in the middle of the field to Page. Page gets back to Foster. Foster gets it out to the wing there to Bethany Visa. She takes the corner. What a cover tackle. The speed was coming. It is Page. Puts a little pop-up pass there. Gets knocked down, so Foster is off on her own at the moment. Going to have to find some support, and does. Waits and does a great job of it. So Page comes in over that one, and Jaden Bowen gets it in the middle of the field. Lee Dennis gets it out a little wider. Going to the corner here is Maggie Austin. Maggie Austin has Tomlinson, who makes a tackle, able to offload there to Dennis. Dennis gets hit, so Austin has to get up and play it there. Jaden Bowen just scoops it, goes around the corner, touches down for 5. 5 points here for Eastern Penn.
And what an absolutely excellent few phases of play there. It's hard to explain how hard it is to come together as an all-star team, but look at this tackle, great defense. We pop it up because we have support. Cover tackle comes in. The player who was just tackled now rucking over with enough security of the ball that number 11 can come over, scoop it up with ease, put it over the line.
Page with the wide kick here. Page has a bit of distance, but it's going to fall just short. So we're at 20 to 10. Eastern Penn leads Mid-America.
And I've got to say one thing about Eastern Penn is that they have just continuously stayed in the thick of it. Both teams have exceptional skill. We saw Mid-America, they have the ability to work it out wide, and Eastern Penn, but I've got to say it's that last finish of the defense that Eastern Penn is doing a little bit better than Mid-America.
Second half here. Here's Mid-America looking to change their fortune, just down by 10 points. Foot race is on. A tackle is made. Great run there by Haley Scotch, but gets caught by this Eastern Penn team. Eastern Penn on defense. Ball comes to number 1 there, Leah Evans. Leah Evans gets it back to the try scorer, Tomlinson. They're at the try line. It's Leah Ozerski is going to touch that one down. So just 5 points in, and again, this is never say die here from Mid-America.
And I honestly want to know what both teams took or heard or had at halftime, because they have come out absolutely firing. Look at this. We have a pop-up from the ground, which is beautiful sevens rugby. An offload in contact. We're going to take the corner, back ourselves, bring it down. 5 points. This is absolutely riveting second half.
Kick was no good, so we're at 20 to 15, 5-point game here. Minute and a half on the game clock, plenty to play here. Mid-America will be kicking this one off, so still really anybody's game. Plenty of time, a couple of changes coming in. Eastern Penn will receive this one. Kick there from Blair, down to Jaden Bowen. Jaden Bowen just turns and looks for a teammate to get it to and finds Foster. Foster taken down. Ball out from Eastern Penn. Rosalind Page moves that one across, but it bounces. Duffy Perry gets hit by an onrushing Mid-America defense. Page again puts a long pass into the hands of Balderas. Balderas trying to wind her way around the outside. Bowen. Referee whistles. We have a knock on there, so opportunity coming with less than a minute to play here for Mid-America, just about 25 meters out. So this is a big moment for them.
And I think this is where you have to get back to the basics. Easy handling, easy passes, just like this. Just fend, create space for yourself, get to ground when needed, but we would love for the ball to be secured in contact.
And we are starting to see a little bit of the fatigue start to set in. And both of these teams, this is their third game that they've played in today. This is the bottom of the second half, so it's really tough. And Mid-America, they have the ability to finally get the last answer.
Comes back to Eastern Penn. Eastern Penn in the lead by 5. Big hit on Page there. She has gotten the better of most contact situations. Ball comes to Bowen. Bowen's pointing the other direction. She's going to take on Tomlinson. Gets it back to Foster. Time running down here, no time on the clock, so she kicks it in a touch, and we'll see if that's the end of that one. And it is indeed. Eastern Penn is going to take this one 20 to 15 over Mid-America. So that's it for this game. We're going to be back in just a second with North Atlantic versus Upstate New York, the Snow Leopards.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
Welcome back to Atlanta, Georgia, Silverbacks Park. It is National Collegiate Rugby's All-Star Weekend. We have NCR Women's Director Angela Smarto dancing in the booth with us before this matchup. You can see it right here on camera. There she goes for everyone. Doing a great job this weekend. John Broker with Sevens Olympian Abby Gustitis and 15's Eagle veteran Alicia Washington for this one. Great couple of people to have to talk about rugby here, as it's the upstate New York Snow Leopards. Took that kickoff but lost it to North Atlantic. These are both rising stars matchups, players looking to go towards the championship bracket. Couple of good games so far. 2 more to go. This and another one. Ball is in North Atlantic's hands. Winds up with Westervelt. Westervelt gets hit coming around, but it's going to be a knock on. We'll come back here to a scrum to the Snow Leopards.
First ball here to upstate New York. They've gone 1-1 earlier on. We start the day really strong against Cascade. Pressure here. Georgia Brown, one of their best try scorers on the day, applying some pressure. Unforced error seen from the North Atlantic side.
Scrum to come here from the Snow Leopards. Upstate New York looking to get a bit of better play this time. They come across, little kick in behind, different tactic coming in from Yusuchev. Yusuchev puts that one in behind. It gets into the hands of Westervelt. We've seen her already today. Nice little pass to the corner, but the cover tackle is going to get there on Eurista. Torn away by upstate New York. They're near the touchline, going to have to keep this one alive. Assistant referee on the spot, and they do. A little bouncing pass to the middle of the field. Turned upfield, finds some space across the 22. Looking strong here. That is Marin Schaefer. She gets taken down just about 5 meters out. Driving continuous towards the line. Right there is Vayu. And penalty against... Sorry, this is the Snow Leopards going. And the Snow Leopards are going to go over the line there. Pardon me, had the wrong list in front of me for a second, just trying to get the names too quick. We'll get to that try score. That's upstate New York, puts 5 on the board.
Well, whoever it is, I think they did an absolutely incredible job making sure that they injected that energy into their team, getting that first 5 points across the board and ensuring that they were the first to make their mark on this game.
I just love the heads-up play. It's Emma McNabb, it looks like. 6 on her back. She sees the long arm come up from the referee and knows that the defense has to retreat. It's just a simple little tap of the ball, and she wouldn't be stopped from there. I think I've seen Alicia Washington score a few tries that easy, even on the sevens field.
Oh, Abby, flattery will get you everywhere. Thanks for the trip down memory lane.
Upstate New York will kick this one off. The Snow Leopards kicking to North Atlantic. Richardson gets us started, but the ball is in the hands of Simkowick. Turned over by Upstate New York. Upstate New York has the ball here. Yusuchev puts a little pick-off pass in there. That was read from a mile away. Great work, a little footwork coming. That's Johnston. Johnston gets the ball out to Mitchell. Looking to get to the line, taken down just before it. Pick and go at the back here. They're a little tight. Can they find the room? There's space in a couple different directions. Right through the middle they go. Player gets over the line. That's Darian Garner. Touches down the try. The senior from University of New Hampshire scores 5 points here. Great work. Great answer, North Atlantic.
The replay here, upstate New York, look, but it's such a clean intercept from North Atlantic. She does really well, Savannah McBrayer. And then the continuity, the support from this North Atlantic side, it ends up Garner who gets the 5 points, but McBrayer does all the work, gets her team back the ball, and a little bit of a poor pass from upstate New York.
Yeah, a little bit of an error in that pass, but the ball is in upstate New York's hands again from the restart from North Atlantic. Angela Nelson puts that pass up. Did it get knocked forward? The referee says indeed it did, but by a North Atlantic player. So it'll be upstate New York scrum here just inside their own half.
I just love both teams' eagerness to attack right now. Like they're getting the ball in hand and taking 2 defenders with them. And you can see it right here, just bringing in a few. And if there's an overload on one person, that means there's space somewhere out wide. So they're doing a great job as an attacker to make the job easier for their teammates.
Ball coming in from Richardson, University of Buffalo player, but not clean. Referee's going to just pick this one back up and reset the scrum. So it'll be another scrum here with a put in for Upstate New York.
I'd love to see both of these teams just settle down a little, find some composure, not throw these 50-50 offloads, and it can come from this really stable platform, but we need the forwards to engage and provide that for the backs.
Another ball goes around, but Richardson's going to take that one. Richardson gets it out there to Usachev. Out to the wing they go, looking for the run here. That's Georgia Brown. Abby pointed out how good she's been out wide so far. Gets that pass back in, and it's knocked on. So she couldn't find the corner. Gets back in, knock on scrum here to North Atlantic.
I think it's just back to basics here. Just the easy handling can make your attack just run so smoothly. So here, we have good two hands on the ball, but the receiver needs to have two hands up to catch that ball, right, and just make that attacker's job so much more worth it from going down the line.
Ball in here for North Atlantic. It bobbles, but they get a hold of it. Gives the defense a little time to come on to them. There's some space to the outside, but cutting back in, looking for the offload, and get it there. Westervelt gets the ball wide, but it hits the ground. Eurista has to get a hold of it, has one defender to beat, has a second taken to the ground. Resetting here, putting some pressure on her, the Snow Leopards. Simkowick gets it back out. Garner taken down, but she's breached the half of the Snow Leopards. A penalty, player coming in illegally there. So penalty for North Atlantic. They're going to go quick here through Schaefer. Schaefer shows for the offload and continues to go. She's got Usachev to beat. Breaks through right there. She's got one more. She's in the try zone. Marin Schaefer is going to touch that one down. The Keene, New Hampshire native goes to Endicott College. 5 points on a great individual play.
Marin Schaefer taps the ball, looks up, knows she has the size, knows she has the power, but she also has the pace and the balance. It's really strong individual effort. No one else in sight. She actually beats 4 defenders to take her team to that 5-point lead.
So that's halftime with a 5-point lead there. We're going to be back with the second half just after this. North Atlantic lead the Snow Leopards 10-5.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Welcome back. National Collegiate Rugby's Collegiate Rugby All-Star Women's Sevens National Cup. We are here in Atlanta, Georgia at Silverback Park. North Atlantic lead. Upstate New York 10-5. John Broker with Abby Gustitis and Alicia Washington. No two better people in the world to bring you this rugby with.
And thank goodness we're no longer binding up in a scrum down, and instead we're sharing a microphone here in Atlanta.
It's going to be a free kick here for North Atlantic. That Upstate New York restart did not go 10. I thought it might have been kicked by one of the players there, but it's going to be a break here for North Atlantic. North Atlantic, we'll see what kind of messages the coaches put into halftime with how they start to play here, but taken to the ground quickly from upstate New York. Ball out into the hands of Garner. Little pick there. Veilleux takes it forward. Using the French pronunciation since we have Alicia here. So I'm hoping that is how the name is correctly pronounced, as the ball is going to come out there from Westerveld. Westerveld gets it to Schaefer. Schaefer had a big run just at the end of the half there. Look at breakaway here from Sarah White. Sarah White has one player chasing her. Hands are off. Sarah White is at the line. Sarah White, the first-year player out of Barnstead, New Hampshire at Plymouth State University. Great try.
Sarah White over the whitewash. Again, I just love seeing players back themselves. She had a few defenders in front of her, one directly in front of her, and she's like, nah, not today, sweetheart. And she took this one all the way over the line. Defender behind and right over. 5 points.
Not sure if it's Sarah White or Lev Kelter out there, but they look the same. The power, the balance, that low center of gravity. Count me out.
That kick is no good. We'll stay 15-5 here for North Atlantic. One more matchup coming to you today after this. Mid-Atlantic Allegheny. Final Rising Stars games. These teams have been reseeded into a bracket. One goes towards the championship, one goes to consolation. More games to come tomorrow. Plenty on that, along with the All-Stars. Wrapping up tomorrow afternoon here on the Rugby Network. Inside their 22, the upstate New York Snow Leopards. Get the ball away. They've got runners out wide. If they use this width, Yusuchev puts a pass in, putting some pressure on, looking for the corner. Coming around there is Morgan Langdon. Langdon has one more to beat. Cover tackle has a good angle, but can't quite get there. Morgan Langdon turns inside. The junior out of the University of Buffalo under the sticks. 5 points, good answer, kick to come. They draw it quite closer.
Trying to pull that momentum back to upstate New York is Morgan Langdon. Nothing really on. She was the third receiver with Georgia Brown outside of her, but decides to pin her ears back and go herself. Doesn't use a fend, doesn't shift the ball, just backs her pace and ends up with a try.
That kick is good. It brings us to a 3-point game here. Plenty of time to play. 4.5 minutes left in this as we take another look.
Just cruising down the left flank of the field. Doesn't even break into third gear, it looks like.
Not for a jog. Not for a jog on a Saturday.
Upstate New York gets us underway. That's knocked on off of the restart there by North Atlantic. So a critical mistake. Ball will come to upstate New York for a scrum.
It's always a frustrating one when the ball's not going 10 meters and you elect to play it and make the error. So reminders for those at home, when you restart, it has to cross that dotted line you see on your screen. If not, it would be a free kick at the middle of the field.
Ball coming in here from Richardson. Big drive coming from North Atlantic, but they're going to get this one away. Yusuchev moves that one wide. The University of Rochester player. They get it up to Georgia Brown, but ball spills forward. Going to come back for a scrum to North Atlantic.
Georgia Brown took a hit, I think, on that one. She remained down. So referee calls time off to make sure she's okay as she gets some medical attention from the sideline. So it was a messy scrum, a lot of pressure from North Atlantic. She gets the ball, has a go. I think just took a little spill. Want to make sure she's looked after. Player welfare and safety above all.
And we'll step aside really quickly while the great medical staff here attends to this player. We'll be right back. We're back. Georgia Brown's been substituted there. Player safety paramount for National Collegiate Rugby here at this All-Star Tournament. North Atlantic Rugby leads by 3. It is their put in here. Time working down, 2.5 minutes to go. They go a route 1 just to get that one set up, looking for another play. They've got 2 runners out here. Referee might have been in the way. That pass was a high tackle, so they're going to take this one quickly. Not wanting to play the time game. A little break looking through there. You couldn't quite get it, but now they're out. Could it be 2 in a row? It's not going to be. Sarah White offloads that ball. Good interplay here from this North Atlantic team. They're working their way towards the corner. Big wrestle for the ball. Penalty this time against North Atlantic. So Upstate has a lot of distance to go, under 2 minutes. See what their choice is here. Looks like they're going to put it into touch and go for the line out. Still a lot of distance to go for them, but could win this with an unconverted try.
Kicking the ball into touch, always an option on the long arm penalty because you do retain the ball in the line out, but they really didn't gain much ground from that kick. And now you have to challenge for the ball in the air. And Upstate New York look a little confused. They're not quite on the same page.
Upstate New York take that one down. Usachev puts it in the middle of the field. They're going to go to the kick, but it goes a bit high. We'll see where it bounces to. It bounces down into the hands of Lily Copley. Copley puts the pass in. They're at the 22. Holly Viu takes that one in. Copley steps in the distributor role. In the middle of the field they come. A little spin move from Sarah White. Sarah White gets the ball wide there. McBrayer has to fight for it. Hands it off there to Westervelt. Westervelt, defense just moving across and covering these players so far for Upstate New York. Have to come back in the other direction. Sarah White. Ball in the middle of the field. Copley. Copley gets tackled. Maintaining possession of the ball here. We're 30 seconds on the game clock. Could be a little bit of referee's time. That one well cleaned up by this North Atlantic team. Garner, Darian Garner takes that one in. Ball spills back into the hands of Copley. Copley in the try zone. Copley touches it down and 5 points. That should seal it for this North Atlantic team.
Yeah, I think that's probably the nail in the coffin in this game. But Copley did well there. We'll probably have a replay coming up here soon. But all I want to say is that from the kick from Upstate, your kick is only as good as your chase. So if you're going to kick the ball away, you got to have a good chase. They end up having to defend and couldn't handle the pace of the White.
Time ticks away as the conversion, the one-handed drop, and it sails wide, and that will bring us to a close. North Atlantic 20 to Upstate New York 12. Stay tuned, we have our last quarterfinal matchup coming up next.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
We are back at National Collegiate Rugby's Collegiate Rugby All-Stars Women's Sevens National Cup. Allegheny Rising Stars, think not Mid-Atlantic Rising Stars. This will round out our day in the broadcast in the stadium. I am John Broker, joined by Olympian Abby Gustitis and 15th veteran and legend Alicia Washington. Two legends in the booth here for this final matchup. Great game coming between these teams. Winner goes on to the championship bracket tomorrow, and a loser goes into the consolation bracket.
One washed up retired player here speaking, the other absolutely having a ball in France playing over there. But what do you make of the rugby out here today, Alicia?
You know, I just look at this experience today, the stadium, this tournament, and I'm like, Abby, when we were in college, where was this? Why didn't we get this? If we could build a time machine and play at these beautiful stadiums with these beautiful, I don't know, beautiful referees and just all of it, the commentary, like, I am so jealous of all these players, but I'm also so excited for the next generation that is going to have a much better time playing at a young age than we did.
Such an exciting time for rugby. We have the LA 2028 Olympics where sevens will be featured. We have the Men's Rugby World Cup coming in 31, followed by the Women's World Cup in 33. But right now, it is the Mid-Atlantic taking on Allegheny.
Mid-Atlantic get picked to kick off the Allegheny in the yellow and black. We're underway with our last matchup of the day, and Juliet Robinson's kick is not going to go 10. Referee's going to bring it back to a free kick in the center of the field.
That might be the first mistake I've seen Juliet Robinson make today. That woman has been carving up the turf here at Silverbacks Park.
Allegheny going to go straight into contact here. Ball slips, winds up in the hands of Reeves. Ball wider, keeping it tight is this Allegheny team. Imanga takes that one into contact. Another pick, player coming forward, has been ripped out of the hands there by Mid-Atlantic. Mid-Atlantic inside their own 40. The shade starts to come down on the field here. It's going to probably get a little chillier down. A little wraparound run here while exhausting the side of the field. It slips in behind. San Giuliano. Taken away by Allegheny. Referee says play on. They're going to go back in the other direction. It's going to be Shaporka. Reeves puts in a wide looping pass. That's Imanga. They've worked their way just a bit backward, have Allegheny. Allegheny get up to Amarashato. Macy Gunther takes that one. Up the left-hand side go the Allegheny Rising Stars. Mid-Atlantic strong defense, trying to wrestle that ball away. Can only keep it tight, can Allegheny. Tackle comes in strong. Again, losing a bit of ground here. Allegheny. Ball goes back to Kira Myers. Myers well tackled by the Mid-Atlantic defense. More pressure coming in from Robinson. Little slip to the side there, looking for a player to make a big break. Is this the one? Allegheny headed towards the try line. Allegheny, tackle comes in, probably over the shoulder there. Player picks up and goes, and it's going to be a try there for Alexi Ulick. And 5 points there to the Allegheny Rising Stars.
There are bodies all over this pitch right now. What a defensive effort, but Hewlett, take a bow. She did it all herself. It was a disjointed defense from the Mid-Atlantic, but a bit of individual brilliance, battling through those pink jerseys, knew exactly where that whitewash was to open this one up.
Not the most flash rugby you're going to see, but they just worked it and kept the phases and eventually found some space for Hewlett there. So Hewlett's going to get that 5 points. The kick isn't going to be no good. She's a senior from Gannon University, a nursing major. Gets 5 points here as there's an Allegheny player being attended to. So we just have time off for a second as the medical staff is taking a look.
You've seen that level of grittiness in this Allegheny side. Mid-Atlantic did well. Thought they weren't going to get broken, but ending up Hewlett finding just that little gap to exploit.
So tries are going to win this game, but Mid-Atlantic did come to defend. You can see they are making Allegheny build phase after phase after phase, and it just took someone wanting to back themselves, take up a one-on-one defender to find that try, but all applause goes to Mid-Atlantic's defense.
And as you see in the top left-hand corner, 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. That means for 3 minutes, Allegheny essentially held onto that ball. As you see one of their players just being assisted off the pitch.
Staff just helping out here. Going to bring the player off, so they'll bring a replacement on for Allegheny. It'll be their restart when we get going again.
Wishing her all the best as we continue with this restart. Again, credit to Allegheny for maintaining possession.
Allegheny, a longer kick. It goes inside the 22. Mid-Atlantic. Player holds the ball and just opens up a little space. One handoff, second one, maybe a third. Going to keep going there. That's Sid Worthington. Worthington will tie it up if she can get across the line. And Sid Worthington, the sophomore from Drexel University, ties this one up with a great individual play.
Worthington definitely sold me on that kick, having that ball as if they were about to kick it. I was ready to look downfield on that one, but the show sold me and then go and back themselves all of the way. That was an absolutely beautiful run in between the sticks.
Sold you and the Allegheny defenders as the conversion from Greenleaf is good, but have another look. Sid, ball in two hands, sees the edge defender for Allegheny slide off, slips that ball over to her left to protect it. Really strong work there, and that player has been putting shots in all day on defense. It's nice to see the reward on attack.
That kick puts them up by 2 points, so it is 7-5. Allegheny taking the ball inside their 22. Myers gets tackled well there by Morgan. Ron, and a kick comes in. So Mid-Atlantic, ball in hand, a little step. Players very tight there on defense for this Allegheny team, but working around the corner there. Great work by Greenleaf. Greenleaf just converted one, looking to get one on her own. Hands off another player. She's headed towards the line. She's at the corner, and it is Kelly Greenleaf. Referee and assistant referee conferring. We will see if the try is awarded. And it looks like indeed it has been. Just couldn't see it across the way there. So 5 more points here. A great individual play again, this time for Greenleaf.
Here we can see Greenleaf making the defense look like Swiss cheese. Weaving to the left, weaving to the right, cutting back in, a handoff just for fun. Another one just because. Taking the corner, heading to the outside. There we go, right across the try line. There we go, 5 points.
Mother, brother, grandmother, hate me in that order. Public visitation. We met at
That one looks like it's no good. So we're at 12-5 here. Mid-Atlantic in the lead, 7 points. They will restart this one. Allegheny, good move by Mid-Atlantic to force them to work from further down in their own territory as they play a bit of a tighter game. Ball comes back here. Allegheny. Shaporka takes that one. Gets the ball to Shadow. Myers. Ball there to Gunther. At the 40-meter line, they have a runner out wide, but that slips forward, so advantage to Mid-Atlantic. It's going to be their scrum just inside the 40-meter line of Allegheny.
Error from Allegheny, just looking a little uncertain. No one quite taking it forward, being threatening with ball in hand, all drifting laterally, making it easier for the Mid-Atlantic to defend. Just eyes up. I'd probably be afraid of the Mid-Atlantic tackling me too, the way the physicality is showing up in this quarterfinal.
Mid-Atlantic, ball comes straight out. So as this first half is winding down, no time on the clock here, but a little bit of referee's time possibly for that injury. We'll see what is left. It's going to be put in again for Mid-Atlantic. They lead by 7. See if they can extend it here. Big drive coming in from Allegheny. Player was hit off the ball there. Referee spots it, so it'll come back. It's going to be a penalty against Allegheny. Mid-Atlantic is going to go quick, but a referee says you need to take that one from the mark. They still have time. This Allegheny defense is in a very tight space over there. And across they come. Ball is in the hands of Worthington. Gets out quickly there, and that's Morgan Rawn, and she is going to be near the post and touch one down. And Morgan Rawn, the grad student from Johns Hopkins University, studying public mental health, gets 5 points at the end of the first.
Sid, the try scorer, looks to have a go herself, but Morgan Rawn just blitzes by 3 Allegheny defenders. She's been on proper form all day, gets a try in this match, and that's 3 unanswered tries for this Mid-Atlantic side.
Greenleaf lines it up, has a good strike there and hits it, so we are at 19-5. As the first half comes to an end, we'll step away. Be back with the last 7 minutes of rugby for today after this.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
We're back for the last 7 minutes of this Saturday National Collegiate Rugby's All-Star Weekend. John Broker, Abby Gustitis, Alicia Washington bringing this matchup. Mid-Atlantic is receiving the ball with a 19-5 lead over Allegheny. It bops up in the air, but they still have it. Greenleaf takes it into this first bit of contact. Is there room on the outside for Ringrove? Ringrove in contact across the 40-meter line. Allegheny plays a pretty tight game, and Greenleaf and Mid-Atlantic like to play a little wider here. Kelly Greenleaf, Abby has talked about her a couple of times, is going to touch down under the sticks. Good spot of that space.
I'm here for the visuals of the green boots of Greenleaf streaking down this pitch, especially untouched. That woman does it all. She gets the turnovers on defense. She makes her tackles. She scores the tries, and now will she convert them?
She is on target, 26-5. What an individual try here from Greenleaf.
Takes it in, and then, I got to give some love to my fellow Terrapin, Ringrove, being a bully, and then Greenleaf spots the gap, knows she has the speed, takes it 50 meters to the house.
Mid-Atlantic again, another long restart there, forcing Allegheny, a tighter team, to play from their own try line. So work to be done here for Allegheny. They've turned that one over into the hands of the number 20, that was Rawn, and it's going to be easily touched down by Aubrey Eberly as they come across field, and Eberly gets a try just standing right in front of the posts.
Eberly gets the 5 points under her name, but I'm so glad that the team is seeing the space to their outside, using their handling and letting the ball do the work, and rugby can be just as easy as that. Take it in, let's draw, let's get a pass, here we go. Under the sticks, 5 points on.
You see those hips from Allegheny just coming across. Robinson spots that. She's the playmaker. She makes it happen in the middle of the field. And I love that Eberly just held her width and exploited that space. Too easy.
Kick was good, 33-5. Mid-Atlantic again rolls that one. Comes with a leg of one of the Allegheny players. So different tactic this time. Don't go as deep. So Allegheny, more opportunity here from inside their own 40-meter line. Just one try so far for this Allegheny team. Ball moved in the middle of the field, and that one sails over the head of Kira Myers. Little wrestle for the ball. Kaylee Brulia in on that tackle for Mid-Atlantic. And Allegheny down at their own 10-meter line. Courtney Seaman takes that one in. Allegheny looking for that space, just not opening up for him right now. Greenleaf makes that tackle. Ball spills forward into the hands of Dawson. Taken into touch. It is going to be line out here for Allegheny.
Frustrating there and exchanging of possession. Greenleaf does well to knock the ball out. And then Brianne Dawson thinks she has the edge on Hewlick and then bundled into touch. She needs to cut back in, that inexperience showing there. They need to clean up unforced errors like that ahead of tomorrow if they want to come away with this championship.
San Giuliano contests, but it comes back to Allegheny. Allegheny still inside their own 22. Have been trying to fight their way out. A big pressure coming from Mid-Atlantic, but Allegheny may have some room on the outside this time. They cut back in. Again, playing a pretty tight game here, this Allegheny Rising Stars team. Pass bounces, picked up, no problem there. Looking at the try line, having a fight for it. San Giuliano, can she get the ball to the ground? Referee says no.
Held up, San Giuliano. It's a wobbly old pass from Allegheny. Unable to be taken cleanly, so she picks it up right out of the air. But then the defensive effort of Shaporka able to keep that one up. So it will be a 22-meter dropout.
At 22, it's a 22-meter drop here. Ball just had to go across the line. It's not a goal line dropout, but it comes back to Brulia. Brulia turns the corner. Kaylee Brulia, the senior from Quakerstown, Pennsylvania, has two players coming on. Did she touch it down? Assistant referee seems to think so. Try awarded. The Kutztown University senior in the corner.
Not held up this time. I love that. So we have just a clean catch in the air off the 22, take the corner. We beat one defender. All we see is green grass in front of us. And I just love the way that she backs herself. Sees two defenders coming in, but she knows there's only one option. We got to get that ball down.
Tough angled kick here for Juliet Robinson.
And time ticking away, but quite the comprehensive performance here from Mid-Atlantic. They're looking really dangerous on the day. Kick, not quite there, but still 38 points in just 12 and a half minutes of sevens.
Robinson will get us going inside the 22 for Allegheny. 1 minute on the stadium clock. Any referees, time may come in. The last matchup of the day here. National Collegiate Rugby Rising Stars. Looking for the corner. Allegheny putting some speed on this one through Thompson. Taking in a touch. It's going to be a line out for Mid-Atlantic just inside their half.
I think it's a really good chance for Allegheny to end on a high, to head into tomorrow feeling good. So if they can get this line out back, because it looks like be a little bit of confusion from Mid-Atlantic, then they can definitely go into tomorrow feeling good about themselves.
Robinson puts that in the line out, comes out, moves the ball. They've got some room on the outside. Rulia took the corner on the right before. This time she's caught up, just going across midfield. They come in to work that one. Jasmine Parpel takes that into contact. Dawson looking for the corner this time. Just almost out of time here on the game clock, so we're in referee's time of the moment. They keep it alive there through Erin Grove. Erin Grove to the ground eventually. Running a little bit tight here. They get the ball up to Parpell again. She winds through a couple. She's across to 22. Parpell, the sophomore from College of William and Mary, may have the final say in this one as she touches down for 5 more.
Parpell, we saw some of that action earlier on in pool play. She does it again, whips out a little bit of wizardry. Nothing on, but really no strong attempts at a tackle. And it was just that direct line. She knew where that try line was, and nothing was stopping her from getting there.
And that is at 43-5. That's going to be the end of our day here. Tune in on the Rugby Network tomorrow. We're going to have the Rising Stars and All-Stars working towards the championship matchups later in the day. It's been a wonderful day of rugby. We thank you for joining us. For Darian Lovelace, Alicia Washington, and Abby Gustitis, I'm John Broker. We will see you tomorrow.
Halfway.